Oh, this market is so frustrating. Are you frustrated right now? Are you? God damn it! This market is it's over. What are you feeling right now in this market? Throw a 1 in chat if you are okay. This doesn't really bother you. I did a poll there in the live chat. Let me know what you're thinking and feeling. Let's get this countdown going. We got some charts we have to look at because have we broken some critical levels and the bull run is over? Or is everything actually setting up how we've already been outlining? I got some really great charts that I'm going to be sharing with you here. We're going to keep you back on the right side of fear. We got to look for opportunity. I'm going to show you exactly what we're looking at today. A little bit of an early stream. It's 4th of July. And we got the Discover Crypto stream right after this to get the rest of the news. But everybody, hey, let's rub our shoulders, stretch our back. We're going to be diving into these charts right now. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell. Let's dive in. The market is crashing. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Let's go ahead and dive into it right here. We got to talk about this move. Is this really all that scary? I want you to notice something as we get this stream started. I want you to notice this box right here. And look at this price action pushing down into this box. I want to shout out Allison Jorday. Let me see where, you know what? Where's my... Let me see it right here. Window. Nope. Give me 1 second. Window. Comments. There we go. There they are. I want to shout out Allison Jorday. This is what a lot of people are feeling right now. I've already lost so much money. I think I'm just numb. You know what? I'd rather be numb than acting, emotionally in this moment and jumping in, jumping out, no idea what to do. Because let's face it, this can be scary, especially, and I'm not hating on anybody, especially if you're looking at these charts and, come back over here, you look at this 12-hour chart, here you didn't have conviction, maybe you didn't buy here, maybe you didn't buy here, maybe you didn't buy here, and finally, this triggers a lot of, more people buy here than down here. Bigger money buys down here, so you might have more total Bitcoin being purchased, but a higher number of people get triggered by all this hype. And then they go, damn it, I thought it was supposed to go up. I spoke last night on a Spaces with Gary Cardone and crew and so many other people. I think we had about 11,000 people tuned in, and I basically was really trying to outline the number one thing that wrecks people in this market is forgetting patience. We are still looking very, very okay, but this is scary, right? It feels scary when it's going down and you're just like, well, shit, should I have sold here? Should I sell here? And you keep having that question. You keep having that feeling, should I sell? And then the price drops even further. Say it comes down here into the 51 range that we've talked about, 51 to 53. And then it loses, then you sell here. The price dips another $80 and then reverses and goes back up. We're going to talk about what's going on right here. Should we be worried? So everybody right now, let's put our hands together for ourselves. We're in the market. This is part of the ride. It's 4th of July, whether you're here in the U.S., whether you're anywhere else in the world, you could take this day to just be thankful for the things you have in your life. And let's look at these charts. Let's dive into it. Again, welcome to the stream. My name's Kelly Kellum. I didn't sleep well last night because I was on that Twitter Spaces until about 2:33 a.m. But I wanted to get in here, do an early stream today so everybody could get their day going. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Apologize if I'm a little slow. I just kind of woke up. I slept in a little bit, woke up early. But check it out. Mt. Gox wallets are making small transactions today. This is spooking the market. Some went to an entity called identified by Arkham at the BitBank Exchange, which is involved in the upcoming creditor payments. These were likely test transactions. I think they were like $24 or something like that. They were small transactions. But with the on-chain data in the access in the space, you're able to see when different wallets that are identified are moving. In this case with Mt. Gox, those accounts, those wallets that have been identified had some movement. And this is also, just pushing along a lot of the fear that's in the market right now about that $9 billion worth of Mt. Gox Bitcoin that's going to be redispersed. In addition to that, we also have German government selling. So we have the German government moved 9,500 Bitcoin or $545 million at today's price out of their balance since June 19th. So what's been going on since June 19th? Let's figure out where's June 19th. We're on the daily. I'm just looking at the bottom here. Where, I don't know if you could see it. You can't see it because of where my screen's cut. But June 19th would be right here. So, money moved out. Money moved basically into wallets to disperse, to sell, and we see this downward price action. This is coupled with that Mt. Gox speculative fear, but also there will be some selling pressure from that. But when we look at this, we can see the German wallet balance, 49,858, a little selling here, a little selling here, a little selling here. And now we basically sold about a little over 8,000. They moved 3,000 Bitcoin out today alone. That's today. This chart is from today. This plus Mt. Gox distribution concerns are contributing to the sell pressure concerns among market participants right now. During downward price action in the market in one of the most bullish assets in the history of the world, every time we get a very bearish scenario, that's when most of the FUD comes out. Now, what you need to realize about FUD doesn't just mean misinformation and, they're slamming this down because, it's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's what FUD stands for. There tends to be pressures that come into the market, and there will be like a slew of bearish stories. Some that will start, price action will fall, and then all of a sudden you get these vultures that come into the space. In addition to that, there's also the manipulative factor of institutional institutional and governmental, let's call them counterpoints, people that do not like Bitcoin and crypto, that they kind of want to like, okay, this is starting to lean. Let me lean on this and knock this shit over. You can't knock Bitcoin over. You can create buying opportunities for us. That's what we're seeing right now. This is what we're seeing in the market right now. So let's go ahead and look at this. Everybody hit the like button. Let's get this pushed out to more people. Share this with your friends and family. Share this post right here or the BitLab Academy or mine. Make sure you're following the correct account. Get this out. Let people see what the news is here. See what's going on in these charts because, we're seeing some transactions from Mt. Gox. Great. We're seeing that the government is selling some. This is only giving us opportunity because when we look at the liquidation map here, 14 billion now. It's up 2 more billion from 2 days ago. Remember, 14 billions of shorts will be liquidated when Bitcoin goes to $70,000. And make no lie about it. It will go there. Does it mean we're going to drop a little more first? Maybe. But we are sitting in an incredibly bullish. This guy said we wouldn't hit 59s. Which guy said that? You must not watch my damn show, my friend. Because this was 2 days ago right here. Here is the box I talked about. The price action pushing up into this for a trap and then a breakdown from this for a double trap to the downside. Let's see what that says. $55,000 to $56,000. Okay, I didn't change a damn thing on my chart. You don't know what the heck you're talking about if you think you're talking about me saying that. Maybe you listen to 8 seconds of something and then you make an assumption. No. You need to look at these charts and realize there's opportunity. And I also talked about this level right here, a potentiality of coming down to 53. Now, what I did say, if you want to put the correct words in my mouth, keep my name out your mouth, is right here. I did call out this right here from Phil Lacone, this gentleman right here, who's a longtime crypto analyst, pretty big account. He was saying we're going to do a double bottom down here at $16,000. I did say, we've got about a 2% chance of that. So this is, you know what I mean? This is a little outlandish in terms of where this will likely go. This is too bearish. Looking at this, basically the map price action here, I want you to notice something. If you take off the log, just look at this linear chart. We're actually sitting right now testing, not basically right into this box, but we're also testing this support line if you're looking at this linearly versus logarithmically. So there's kind of a two different approaches you can look at this, but this is obviously a somewhat of a critical juncture. When we look at this on the heat map here, looking at these liquidation levels, look at this just coming down, melting down into this, creating more and more liquidations. As this is moving down here, people are going long. They're going long thinking this was a dip, and it creates all this liquidity. And they go, nope, we're dipping further, scoops up that liquidity. No, this is the dip, creates more liquidity. No, this is the dip, creates more liquidity. Now, look, we're getting a little bit less each time, but there is a bit of room. Remember that box is just a little price action? That box that we had on the price action right in here, this is also perfectly correlated with where this level is directly below where we're at. But we have, I mean, a massive amount of liquidity up here at 64,000, let alone if we were to zoom out. Let's go over to, I cannot remember how to do it because they have this new terminal set up. Let me see if I can change it to, yeah, right here. Boom. Turn this to 7 days. Let's look at this 12-hour run. Now looking at the 12-hour, let's get a little bit of a zoom in here. Boom. So we've got a little liquidity directly below where we're at right now, down here in the basically 56.7 down to 56.3. There's a bit of a pocket directly below us of basically free liquidity, and we are currently at 57.1. We just, what we say, 56, basically 56.3 to 56.7. Look at the price action here on the right. That's essentially exactly where we're at. Where is... here we go. 56.1, see, 56.5, right in the zone. This is the area we're looking at right now. And when we understand that this is just, nothing has changed structurally. We're still in this sideways consolidation with a slight favor to the downside. We can see it. I mean, look at this. What's changed? Nothing has changed yet. Now, I'm not saying that we can't have a further down, price action further down, but also remember, it's a holiday in the U.S. It's obviously not a holiday around the world, but the U.S. makes up a huge portion of the volume that's traded here. Hey, yeah, Paul, if you want to be a jackass, you can leave. We keep it positive here. We are a community that's trying to grow together, not have a bunch of trolls. And if you want to be a troll, I welcome you to do that, but do it somewhere else. Now, looking at what's going on here, macro bull trend, boom, still to the upside, still in this falling sort of parallel channel. Nothing has changed. If we do lose this level here around, is this, I'm looking, where's my mouse? Coming down, is this, if we do lose this level here, as well as challenge these lows, then I do think we're going to be making that move down to 53. Is that going to happen over the next few days? I actually would welcome, if we're going to have the downside move, let's have the downside move. Because this is, really chopping people out with some of the stuff that's going on in here. This wrecks more people than buying a top and selling a low. These chop zones is what really, really mess things up in people. So is the bull run over for Bitcoin and crypto? For some people, it is when they capitulate into this. So we can see this in some of the data here. If we come over to, where is it at? Beginner investors, the people that don't understand what's going on in here. What we're looking at is beginners. There's not only just short-term holders, but people that are not understanding the market. They're capitulating and increasing sell pressure. Remember, we also have miners selling right now because the price has fallen. Their rewards have fallen, which is what the Bitcoin halving is. And now we also have a little bit of that, increasing pressure from beginners. We can see that on here with people that are, very, very short time frame, 3 to 6 months. See this massive They just got to the point where they're like, okay, yeah, I bought in. I'm a trader now because I bought 6 months ago. That's not really understanding the market yet. And when we look 3 months back, let's look where we're at right now. Let's go back over here to this. Let's see where we're at right now. Let's measure back 3 months. So 90 days. Oh, look at that. So if somebody bought 3 months ago, they bought the top. If somebody bought, let's actually measure this out with this. If somebody bought, where are we at right here? Let's go 90, 180. Where's 180? Boom. 180 days. That's 6 months. So when you go back to, 12 months, which is 365 days, that's not a lot of the market cycle. So we're getting the miners selling. We're getting, there's going to be probably a little bit more miners turning off here shortly because now it's even less profitable to mine because the cost of mining is still adjusted to the hash rate, right? And until the difficulty level changes, which happens about every 2 weeks, it just creates further incentive for more miners to turn off, which would cause a little bit more sell pressure, likely. So when we're seeing this data, okay, we're seeing approximately 2.4 billion worth of Bitcoin aged between 3 and 6 months moved in the network during the drop. So people kind of like, they just can't endure it. What did I say at the beginning of the stream? It's all about patience. The biggest function you can utilize in your crypto journey is diligence by, not just buying everything you see out there, figuring out what fits within your portfolio, but then understanding your time horizon. And with that, you have to endure patience. It's not up only. It's up, down, sideways, chop around. Have you seen this? Let's see. God dang it. There's a funny graphic. I'm just trying to find it. Essentially the graphic is people think trading is like this. You buy in and it's like, oh. The truth is, to get from here to here, if you zoom in on it, you see this. It shakes the life out of you. How do we know that? Because if we come back over here to for instance, the BLX. Let's go to the monthly. Let's go to the 12-month candles. This is Bitcoin's price charted on yearly candles. Almost straight up with a little bit dips along the way. If you zoom into this, which we've done, and most of you do this on a daily basis, and you look at this on the 5-minute scale, it's every different way up. Look at this washout. Chop. It does everything it functionally can to absolutely try and wreck you. This is what we're seeing right now. We're consolidating at a previous range high. We got miners selling. We're getting Mt. Gox pressure. We got Germany selling, but we also have the ETH spot ETF coming up. We've got other potential crypto index and crypto spot ETFs coming up as well. The tokenization of assets on Fidelity with Chainlink. There's so much bullishness right now. There's no reason for me to be scared at all. And in addition to that, Bukele, leader of El Salvador, is still buying the dip. Michael Saylor, you've seen where Michael Saylor's bought. He buys every different level because he's able to do that because he has a long-term vision. He has a long-term goal. Yeah, absolutely. Alexandra G says smash the like. Everybody show some love for 4th of July. Market crashing. Opportunity is brewing, but the opportunity is only available to you if you can also see it, identify what your time horizon is, and be patient. If you can endure that, you're going to succeed. And when we're looking at this was the last cycle. I've talked about this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moves. 40%, minus 26, minus 40, minus 35, minus 33, minus 40. Where are we at right now? This is so damn scary. It's over, right? this market, it must be over, because, you know, if we fall, oh wait, we're only at 22%. We're doing it. What we've done, was it 6 times now? Right here, 20%. Right here, 20%. That's 2. Oops. There's 3. God dang it. 4. Now we got this one right here. 5. 6. Now that does stand to reason. We have to pay attention to this really ugly. I mean, we've had this marked out, guys, but we do have to pay attention to this really ugly double top. This is similar. This box that we're in right now, we're kind of flirting with breaking. These lows right in here, again, we're flirting with breaking. This would suggest, and we have to pay attention, that if we do break down from here, because remember, we have this line right here, which is essentially the you can call it the neckline of this M formation. If the price action does come down, we have to pay attention to how price interacts when it comes back up to retest it, or if it comes back up into this level. Either one, it doesn't matter. But if we're getting that rejection, is this a retest of the breakdown to flip to continue going down? We're going to have to pay attention to that. It's a possibility. I'm still leaning more bullish than bearish. I think this is more of a washout that's going, maybe we have a frustrating July. I was thinking around July 12th, around that time in the month, we'll start to get resolution to the upside. But considering all of this sell pressure, if it really does start kicking off, you know, it was hard to believe that the Mt. Gox stuff would really kick off, because they've been telling us this for 10 years. So for those of you that are just seeing the stories for the first time, about every 7 months, there's Mt. Gox, and they don't do anything about it. So they're starting to actually make movements to have some sell pressure. Bitcoin Bandicoot says it did the same thing after the last halving. Absolutely nailed it there. Nailed it. It is absolutely true. And to that point, you know, this was that trend line I just showed you with the log versus linear. I do have, I'll get to it in a second. We do also have moving average, moving towards technical indicators. We can use widely used Mayer multiple, which assesses a ratio between price and its 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average, that's what DMA is, by the way, if you ever see that, is often used as a simple indicator for assessing bullish and bearish momentum. This is getting more and more important, because there's more traditional finance-minded people that are in the crypto markets. They're not looking at on-chain data. They're looking at 200 moving average. They're looking at simple RSI and MACD. So when we're using that, looking at the actual chart here, it's not the end of the bull market. Look, we did fall below it here. We had this excellent buying opportunity that also chopped people out here, and then the market went up. These chop zones are there. They're called accumulation and distribution, but either way, they are consolidation, right? You're consolidating until ultimately the bulls or the bears give up. In this case, this was, I mean, look at that fake out. Are we going to flirt with that again right here? Well, we already are, because the 200-day moving average on this chart shows 58.2K, and the current price is 57.2. So let's go out to the daily. Let's turn on our moving averages, and we can see this purple line right here. I can make it brighter for you. This purple line on the 4MA. If you want to, this is a free indicator, by the way. Just come up here to your little indicator tab, type in 4MA. That means 4 moving averages. You can select either. And then once you open it up and you see it on the side here, you can hit the little settings, 50, 100, 150, 200. You can set it to whatever you want. Sometimes I'll change these around. But see, purple is 200. So let's make the purple super bright so we can see it. We're going to make it really big also. Boom. There. Now we can see 200 moving average. We can see we have broken below it. Bull market's over. It is not. We're currently still playing out what we saw last cycle, which is this right here. I shared this yesterday on my stream, but the reason it was on my phone is because it was 2 a.m. and I was in a Twitter Spaces with Gary Cardano and a bunch of people, and I was just trying to whip something together. This is previous all-time high. This is price action sitting right. This is that consolidation. I've talked about it. We're doing the same thing right here. We're doing the same thing. In addition to that, We see this huge spike here where we're at. This is a big spike of old coins moving, taking profit into the strength of the trend. Well, currently we have all these old coins moving. It's a kind of combination this time of people taking profit, but also redistribution of Mt. Gox. But I want you to notice where this was. This was not at the top. This was still just after we broke previous all-time high and moved up. So we're doing exactly the same thing. In addition to that, look at where we're at in relationship to the last 3 cycles. 2013 absolutely blew us out of the water. We are below that, but that also had a market cap of about $1 billion. We're at a market cap of $1.1 trillion. We see the total crypto market cap is still above $2 trillion. Now we're seeing some stuff bleed. We're seeing, a ZK Sync down 15%. This is 24 hours. Beam down 14%. Phantom 14%. Celestia has been just crushing this week to the downside, minus 25%. Arweave. Now, do we have any gainers? Well, Mantra's up, Safe up, Pendle holding on 0.49%. These are our big gainers. 8%, under 1%, under 0.5%, under 0.1%, and basically Tether at parity. The market is doing everything it can to shake you out. I'm not worried about this right now. I had this marked out. You guys saw this throughout last week. I was talking about the price action coming to the downside. If we consider what's going on with these leverages, we're still setting up. This was kind of rising as this was rising too, is contracting back towards zero, suggesting that as this was contracting back towards zero, we're starting to get both longs and shorts coming in here because this is going back towards zero while the open interest generally is going up. But now look at this. Now it's flipped back to this metric. What it's showing is the negative premium. If this is increasing, it means more people are going short. We'd like to see this increase more and the open interest go up. That would set up the perfect sort of flip reversal to wreck everybody that's going short. When we consider coming back over here, let's look at this one last thing, coinglass.com. Coinglass.com. Here we go. And we look at the liquidations. Here we go. Liquidation. So we've got $20 million in the last hour on Bitcoin, 25 million on Ethereum. So more short liquidation. Let's look at the last 4 hours. Yeah, about 30 and 30 Bitcoin in the last 12 hours. 70 million. These are longs. The reason why this is green is because longs were getting liquidated as it moved down. The market tries to do everything it can until there's undying demand, which we do not have undying demand for people just excited to buy. That's when you get the hype cycle on the way up. What we're doing right now, the market is just trying to take people that are being stupid in the market and going excessive leverage and also not practicing healthy risk management. Quarter Crawler says, looking on my phone. But hey, yeah, barbecuing, ribs, chicken, hey, I got ribs. I am going to be Bobby Flaying it today. I'm going to be Bobby Flay for the all of us, Blockchain Basement crew, me, TJ, everybody. It's about 18 of us. I'm doing ribs, skirt steak, really good Wagyu ribeyes, chicken shish kebabs. I'm doing it all, man. But so it's all about, let's get back to this. We're going to wrap it up. This is going to continue chopping back and forth. Price is going to continue doing this until we get to a healthy place where there's almost a parity, where there's not everybody going excessively, trying to catch the short all the way down, trying to catch the long with a bunch of leverage. The market is healthy as it can be, everybody. We see some liquidation zones below us still yet. If we do get another washout to the downside, if we really cut through 56.2 area, if we cut all the way through this, I expect we'll likely be making that move down into the 55, high 54, 55, which we had that mapped out. We've had it mapped out. It's this level right here. I have it on different charts. See, boom, right here, 53. We had this mapped out too, right here. If we lose this, I expect that, we come down into this zone. Remember, before you go celebrate your holiday, there's lower volume on holidays. And there's also the futures market is closed. This means that when the future market opens, this is the opposite of what we saw last week. Last week, we saw coming in here before we go, BTC1 futures looking, oops, that's not what I want to do, BTC1. Looking at the futures, we talked about this gap that we had. If we get down to the 4-hour chart, this gap played out right about where I drew the box to too. Look at this. This gap, the market went up during the futures being closed, right? So this is one of the reasons at the beginning of this week, I talked about a double trap with the move up and then a likely move down to fill this gap and then a likely trap that would go below it. If you don't believe me, first off, you can see that I called this level here, but you can come right, this is a couple days ago. If you go right here and you see the live area right here, I said, look at this double trap. This is not, these days are always wrong. This was Monday of this week. I was discussing this. This is the classic whipsaw price action. Up, down, up, trap the shit. Stop letting yourself get trapped. Look for opportunity. Happened again. Okay, another opportunity. Oh my God, it went lower. Another opportunity. If you're doing it in the right asset. Bitcoin is the right asset. Again, this is not financial advice. This is strategy advice of how you navigate with what's going on here. Everybody, the market is feeling, to me, it feels good because I feel like we're finally getting a little bit of a flush. We're kind of dancing right now. We're dancing with having a bigger pullback than we've had since January. This bull market started last year. So as it stands, yes, we are under the 200-day moving average. But let's see how this week closes. Let's look for opportunities. Let's get outside. Do not let the FUD shake your thing. So do you predict further down? I'm not really going to give a prediction. Let's actually look before we go. I mean, stochastics, look on the daily, down, RSI down. The momentum's rolling back over right here and a lot of sell pressure. All this red. This is on the daily, but let's see if we're brewing for any sort of rebound. RSI is quite low. Stochastics are starting to turn. So maybe, I would say watch in this zone. It's hard to predict right now if we start getting a flood of large amounts of distributions going out. But right, I would say sit on your hands, get away from the charts. The market is going to resolve to the upside eventually. I'm confident. I'm comfortable with what's happening right now. If it goes further, you know what that means. Remember, if it goes lower, you have to endure more patience, but it gives you more time to figure out how you can pull more capital from other avenues in your life to get it in this market, or even just educate yourself. That's all I got today, everybody. I love you. We're going to head over. I believe the Discover Crypto should be live now. I'm going to redirect you there. So stay with me right here. Redirect. Where is Discover? Oops. Discover Crypto. I can't find it. I can't find it. So we'll just head over there all together. I love you guys. Adios. Happy 4th of July. Bye-bye.